Good afternoon, fellow modelers. Just adjusting the light there. Hello. It's been a good few weeks, if not a month, I suspect, since my last video. Like many of the modelling community members, work has been fairly busy. It's dominated a lot of out of work hours time, unfortunately, needing to keep on top of things and stay ahead of the pack, I guess, as we often have to. A fair bit of travel, and as I say, a lot of after hours effort has gone into work, unfortunately, and that has somewhat taken priority over modelling. However, on this occasion, for coming upstairs, it's not a case of logging into my laptop and pounding away on the keyboard so much. I've finally managed to put half an hour into doing a bit of modelling, and I wanted this to be a fairly quick project. Just wanted to get one under my belt, but I'm still working on my F4U-1 US Navy fighter, so it's an Academy model, 1:72 scale. I think I showed you on my last video, and just effectively attach the fuselage to the wings, and pretty much got fed up of sanding, so knocked that on the head for now, and getting onto the wheels and the construction of the bombs and the fuel tank. So it's kicking on with that. As I say, it's the first 30 minutes, and it's you forget what you're missing, but it's probably quite a good thing, because I think you need to take time out from modelling from time to time, just to come back to it again and sort of have those modelling motivators revitalised, so you can get back into it and enjoy it to its just not modelling for modelling's sake. And I think that's worked for me, even though it wasn't planned. Work planned it. So what else has been going on? Not too much, as I say. I've not made any more purchases, as mainly I think I've pretty much got enough in my stash to last me a lifetime. So I have been doing a little bit of reading on the Vulcan, actually, history of the Vulcan bomber, and I do have a Vulcan sitting down there in the stash. It's a 1:72 scale, but even the Vulcan being the size it was, it's a pretty still a pretty large piece of plastic. And I've got a few more training hours to get under my belt before I tackle that one, because I think the Vulcan is one of my favourite aircraft, and I don't want to screw that one up. But if I do, I'll probably buy another model and give it another go. But make sure this is the one I had it out earlier on, but that's the one I'm sort of working my way up to making a good job of. And literally the wing span is about that when you take it out of the box. But looking forward to doing that one. And as I say, I've been doing a bit of reading up on it, so as you do, having read up on it, then I wanted to have another look at my model, so I pulled it out of the stash to have another squiz at it. But enjoying reading up on that, on the three V's, the Valiant and the Victor, I think it was, the atomic bombers. And from my childhood, as I say, I live in New Zealand now. Yes, I lived in the UK I was born in Doncaster, and lived 20 minutes from Finningley Air Base. So right through to the age of 14, I was quite familiar with a lot of the planes that were based at Finningley, and one of those was the Vulcan. It was a Vulcan base, and I think the only flying Vulcan is still actually based at Finningley. I think Finningley Air Base is now no longer an air base. It's the Doncaster Robin Hood Airport, but I think the Vulcan actually still resides there. So I do remember the Finningley air shows, and the noise the Vulcan used to make as it used to do its vertical climb. It used to just make your chest feel like it was going to cave in. It was just one of those unforgettable experiences of watching that animal in working in full force. So yeah, I've been doing a bit of reading on that, more reading than I have modelling. However, all good. We've had a few. The family's been ravaged a bit by illness in the last month. We had a gastro bug that knocked me out for a few days with a bit of bum gravy and not trying to be too crude and vomiting. And then half the kids got that, and then we've had chicken pox go through the kids. We've had breakouts of eczema and all the usual stuff that comes with school kids bringing home germs. That's nothing as bad as Ebola, obviously. It's another chapter for our fair globe. I suspect that we need to survive, but there we go. So yeah, it's basically it's bank holiday here, or they call it Labour Day in New Zealand. So I've got Monday off, which is today. It's Monday. Time's at about 5:30 in the afternoon. So nearly dinner time, and I've been up here for about half an hour. I've had a bit of a listen to Football Heaven on BBC Radio Sheffield over the internet, which I like to do, and listening to all those Blades fans arguing about who should Nigel Clough be picking. Not too many Doncaster, my favourite team, Doncaster Rovers fans ringing in, because there's nothing to talk about. They're a bit hopeless at the moment. Nothing too much model-like to report, really, other than I'm still here and still keen, and we'll keep cracking on. But I did finish the Mirage. It wasn't spectacular, but good enough for me for now. And just effectively just puddling away at this at the moment. So I've managed to keep up watching a few videos. I've noticed a lot of people aren't making as many videos these days, but I think it's fair to say that we all go through those cycles, and I guess the Northern Hemisphere's just had its summer, so that staying indoors to make videos has been a less sort of attractive proposition than it is in the winter. But the tables are turning. It's spring here in New Zealand, which means you guys are in autumn if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And as I say, it's starting to warm up here now, which is good. We're starting to get into the late teens Celsius during the day. And we've had daylight saving, so we're getting nice long evenings now, so that's all good. So we're on the up, and no doubt as we head towards Christmas, you guys will be going into the dark rolling in between 3 and 4 p.m. and the weather getting a bit cooler. Sort of our model shops here in Wellington. It's changed location, but I actually think it's expanded as well, which is a good sign. They're called Model Crafts and Hobbies, and I managed to. I was over that side of town for a business meeting, and happened to steal 15 minutes just going and checking that out, because they changed. I sort of had one of those moments where you walk up to where the model shop is, and there's a big sign saying for lease, and I thought, oh my god, it's gone. And then there was a sign on the inside of the window that had fallen off, or the tape had fallen off, that said we've moved over the road. I could just see it laying on the floor on the inside of the door. So the minor crisis in my mind for those 3 split seconds were very intense, but turned out to be a good thing in the end. They've moved over a road to a larger shop, so hopefully they'll bring more stock in and start to fill up the shelves soon. So that was a bit of good news on the side. We went to watch the Wellington Phoenix, which is our local football team, yesterday. They won 4-1, and my company's one of the sponsors for that club, so we're fortunate enough to get the opportunity to play a curtain raiser for one of the home matches in the Hyundai Australian A-League. in a couple of weeks. So I'll be trotting out there with my company's colours on to play 15 minutes each way, make a complete arse of myself, no doubt. Bleed from the eyes a bit, and try and relive some of the heyday footballing days. I've got my 40th birthday party coming up next month, so a bit of organising to do there. And as I say, it's summer as well, so there's going to be a lot more time spent outside with the kids, as opposed to being hibernating up here in the loft space. I'll be probably feeling a little bit too guilty if I try to keep up the modelling during the summer. Other than that, yeah, as I say, I sneak up here, enjoy my chocolate in private, and as I say, not intended on doing any more purchases, but still don't mind wandering around the shops. So what am I planning to do for the next month? I'd like to finish this one. As I say, I've got 3 or 4 on the go, but this was the last day, just when I started, and I just wanted to throw one together. Still got my Mitsubishi Interceptor on the go. This is the one I want to try doing the chipping on, so I got some chipping fluid for that one, so a bit of dust gathering on that, and it's not yet started. So basically with that one, all I've done is take the instruction book out of the box, so not a lot of progress there. So yeah, just want to crack on and get the undercarriage and all of the wheel struts and stuff painted up for this, which I'll probably do by brush. I noticed I've missed some of the interior green section there, so I can means putting the interior green back in the airbrush again and spraying about 1 square metre, then having to clean the bloody thing up again, which is a real pain when you do that, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you to Atomic Dog and UK Scale Modeler for acknowledging my first few videos, and also for answering a couple of questions that I had asked in my prior videos. So I've checked out the website that was suggested around when do you know if a new tooling is a new tooling. So thank you to you guys for that, and for the Styrene Phoenix X Olgit. I always enjoy listening to him. And the trials and tribulations, and noticed you bought a Chromebook, so well done for that. And yeah, so just cracking on, and I've been watching a little bit of Aaron Newland's recently as well, and his school project. I think it's a really good cause, so well done for doing that, and well done for finding a school that's allowing you to do that. There's a charity outfit, or the more of a, how would you call it, probably, but more of a youth group. They call themselves New Generation Youth, and I live in what's called the Hot Valley, which is one of the 5 districts of Wellington, and there's 60 boys aged between 10 and 15, I think, were part of this youth group, and they're all lower socioeconomic group boys, and they've all lost their dad or don't have a father figure in their family, and so it's a little bit like an old-fashioned youth club for boys. So yeah, we sponsor a few activities for half a dozen of those lads, and donated table tennis tables and pool tables and maintenance on pool tables and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I've managed to get the local football team, the Wellington Phoenix, to agree to provide 60 tickets for one of their home matches over the Christmas break, which is great, and coach rides for the guys, for the lads in to watch the game, so that's good. And I was, a similar sort of thing to Aaron. I was sort of thinking, yeah, I've got a massive stash here, probably many of which I will never build unless my 7-year-old gets into it fairly soon, and he's seems to be more into Minecraft these days than he is Lego and model scale modelling. Although he does like his model railway, just spend a bit of time with that. So I was thinking I could take a dozen or so of those models down to the new generation youth group and offer a bit of assistance if needed, but I'm not sure yet. I know they're quite sensitive to what they do open the boys up to and what they expose them to, and we'll see. But as I say, I've got plenty to offer on that front, so we'll see what unfolds there. Get them to along to the football first. So yeah, that's a bit of activity there. Yeah, that's pretty much me really. A bit of a waffle, not a lot of model stuff there, but more of life more than anything else. And as I say, I'm getting onto these tiny little wheel things at the moment. Probably paint the tyres with my... Been doing a lot of gardening recently, particularly in the last few weeks, and I did some during the week. And you're pulling a lot of weeds and you're doing a lot of stuff in the garden, you sort of come back and your hand shakes. It's a real pain in the bum, especially when it comes to hand painting some tyres. And it's like your nerves are still recovering from all the 6-hour shifts of pulling weeds out and going like that constantly. I don't know. But at the moment, I've still got a bit of the shakes from gardening during the week, so I don't know. We may end up with completely black wheels, or we may end up with wheels with no tyres on them. But either way, give it a go, and it'll just have to get redone if I screw it up completely with my shaky hands. That was pretty much it really. So yeah, just cracking on. This is the I don't know if we can't see too much of that. So it's only a little model, but it's another one to put my little lad's shelf for him to look at, but don't touch. It's always the rule. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So until next time, good to chat, and go you Donny Rovers, go you Wellington Phoenix, and everyone enjoy your modelling. Cool, stay safe. Cheers.